I'm 90 years old and I walk with more spring in my step than many folks half my age. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to boast. I'm telling you because I remember the days when getting out of bed felt like climbing a mountain. My body ached. My mind would go blank at the worst moments, and I'd lie awake wondering if this was just what getting old meant. But then something shifted. Not a miracle, not a fancy treatment, just 6 humble vitamins that quietly rewrote my story. Let me ask you something. What if the fatigue, the forgetfulness, the creaky joints aren't an inevitable part of aging? What if your body is just whispering or maybe shouting that it's missing something simple? I learned this the hard way. After years of assuming my struggles were just part of the deal, I discovered that sometimes what feels like decline is really just hunger. Not for more food, but for the right nutrients. Now, I'm no doctor, just a woman who's lived 9 decades and finally cracked the code to feeling alive again. And today I want to sit with you figuratively, of course, though. I'd love real tea and share exactly what worked for me. Not as a prescription, but as hope. Because if my 90-year-old bones can dance again, yours can too. The real truth about aging. Here's what nobody told me. After 70, your body starts playing by different rules. It's not that things are breaking down. It's that the way you've always fueled yourself stops working like it used to. Take my neighbor Maria, the kind of woman who'd wave from her porch with a smile. Even on days her arthritis made every movement agony. Over 2 years, she broke her wrist, then her hip, then her ankle, all from tiny stumbles. Her doctor finally checked her vitamin D levels and found them shockingly low. Turns out those fragile old bones weren't just old. They were starving for sunlight in a way her diet couldn't fix. This was my wake-up call. I realized that what we call aging is often just our bodies struggling to patch the holes in a sinking ship with fewer and fewer resources. The quiet heroes that changed everything. Vitamin D became my first ally. I used to think it was just about bones until I noticed how my mood lifted after mornings spent gardening in the sun. Then came the day I realized I'd climbed stairs without gripping the railing like a lifeline. My legs simply remembered how to hold me, but sunlight wasn't enough. My mind kept playing tricks on me, names slipping away, sentences trailing off mid-thought. That's when I learned about B12, the secret keeper of sharp minds. My friend Ernesto had been convinced he was developing dementia until his daughter pushed for tests. The truth? A B12 deficiency so severe his brain was essentially running on empty. After treatment, he was back to reciting poetry from memory. Then there were the nights. Oh, the endless nights. Tossing, cramping, waking up more tired than when I'd gone to bed. Magnesium changed that. Not instantly, but gradually, like a lullaby for my nervous system. My neighbor Carmen, who hadn't slept through the night in a decade, started taking it with chamomile tea. Now she jokes she sleeps so soundly her cat has to yell to wake her for breakfast. The unexpected game changers. I'll never forget Ramona, the painter. At 81, she'd given up her brushes, convinced her shaky hands and foggy mind were permanent. Then her doctor suggested omega-3s. Within months, she was back at her easel. It's like someone turned the lights back on in my head, she told me, and vitamin C. Oh, how we underestimate it. My friend Raul used to catch every cold that went around until his daughter, a nutritionist, insisted he try it daily. That winter, not a single sniffle. But more than that, the paper cut on his finger that used to take weeks to heal, gone in days. Then there's CoQ10, the unsung hero. My 92-year-old friend, Luis, could barely walk to his mailbox without gasping. His cardiologist explained that his cholesterol medication was draining his natural energy reserves. With CoQ10, he's back to tending his rose bushes. Slowly, yes, but with joy instead of exhaustion. What this means for you, I won't tell you to rush out and buy these tomorrow. What worked for me might need tweaking for you. That's why doctors exist. But I will tell you this. Your body is still listening. Even at 70, 80, or beyond, it's waiting for the right tools to rebuild. Maybe it starts with sitting in the sun with your morning coffee or swapping that afternoon cookie for a handful of walnuts. Perhaps it's asking your doctor one simple question. Could I be low on anything? Because here's the secret they don't put in medical textbooks. Aging isn't about losing youth. It's about gaining wisdom. The wisdom to finally give your body exactly what it's been asking for all along. So tell me, friend, how's your body speaking to you these days? What small change might you make today? However you answer, remember every sunrise is proof that even after the darkest night, renewal is possible. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a morning walk to take, and at 90, that's not just an activity, it's a celebration. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.